finally here. Everybody that's with us today on the steps of City Hall has worked so hard in this campaign for so long, and it's absolutely amazing to see all the work that we've put into finally getting these abused horses off of the streets of New York City. Now I want to bring up Councilmember Danny Drum, who is going to be the prime sponsor of the legislation.
Thank you. It's great to be here. You know, as an animal rights activist, which I consider myself, the question before us today is, do horses really belong in traffic in New York City? No. And I think the overwhelming majority of New Yorkers would have to say no to horses on New York City streets. They're there in the traffic, they're there breathing in the fumes, they're there in danger, they've been in crashes, they've been injured, people in the carriages have been hurt. Animals do not belong on the streets of New York City, plain and simple. And so that's why we are introducing this legislation into the council. I look forward to its passage in the next couple of months, and thank you very, very much.
Now we'll bring up Councilmember Dennis Rodriguez, who is also co-sponsoring the legislation.
Well, as we are saying over and over, 1947 was a completely different year than 2014. So when the carriage horses was regulated in 1947, we didn't have so many ambulances, trucks, and heavy vehicles in the street of New York City as we have it today. For that reason, and for the reason that it is important to create a better condition for horses to interact with human beings, we believe that this bill should be able to pass, and we appreciate Major
I'm excited to be here today with all of you, because this isn't about politics. It's about doing the right thing for animals and doing the right thing for our city. Some colleagues and I already tried to take this step several years ago, but I think this time we gotta get it done.
Right.
Yes. I'd like to thank Councilmember Drum and Rodriguez for taking the lead to end New York City's inhumane horse carriage industry. The bill being introduced today is a sensible proposal that's good for our horses, good for our workers, and good for our city. This bill protects horses and prevents them from being sent to slaughter when they are finally free. This bill protects workers by providing the tools they need to maintain a livelihood once the horse carriage industry is over. This bill will keep our city vibrant by allowing for new, innovative ideas to keep our tourism industry strong and promote economic growth. So I'm proud to support this bill, and I'm proud to stand with you, all the advocates who work tirelessly to bring us here today. So let's get it done together.
Most New Yorkers are unaware that there are certain conditions that simply cannot be corrected in a way that would make the operation of horse-drawn carriages humane or safe in New York City. I'm going to share with you two of them. The first is that horses are flight animals. When a horse spooks and bolts down a busy New York City street, he or she becomes a weapon. It is unsafe for the horse, it's unfair to the horse, and it puts the public safety in jeopardy. The second, and there's no amount of regulation that can prevent a horse from spooking. The second thing is that New York City has no pasture where these horses can graze, run, roll, or interact physically with other horses as herd animals do. These animals have been stripped of the ability to do anything that comes naturally to them. For what? Tradition and jobs are not an excuse for the inhumane treatment of animals. Future generations will look back at the images and the videos of horses working in Times Square and in the chaotic streets of Midtown Manhattan and say, what were they thinking? Those who oppose Mayor de Blasio's effort to take these horses out of harm's way will be on the wrong side of history.
Power!